Hey everybody, this is a very large object here, and I am here to give you a comparison between a couple controllers. So the Xbox, when it came out in 2001, came out with the Duke controller. And let me grab that for you guys. Here is the Xbox One version of it. This one's clear red, but generally they came black. You can see the right stick has like a tiny little concave bit, but most of it's convex. And the other stick is more or less pretty normal. The D-pad is just a blob, and this is just an Xbox logo. The real issue that a lot of people had with this controller is these buttons. So it's not like the standard cross, you know, A at the bottom, B to the right, X to the left, and Y at the top. It's sort of like A is to the bottom right, B is top right, Y is top left, and X is bottom left. It's kind of weird. And then the white and black button were on top of that. So it's like having a 6-button controller here. The original Xbox did not have these buttons here, but these are going to be black and white. And it did have pretty good analog triggers at the time. This is the Hyperkin Duke. So this is an official controller, but it's made by Hyperkin. So after that, Microsoft came to the realization that people actually have normal sized hands, and they released the S controller. So the S controller, this one's in clear green, same triggers really, except they moved the white and the black buttons to the bottom here, so that they're opposing the start and back buttons. Which is a way better move. And then the D-pad, massive improvement. Still not great, but it's an improvement nonetheless. At least it looks like a D-pad. And they fixed the A, B, X, Y buttons. So, and that's how it stayed for the longest time. Next, Microsoft, they introduced, I think, one of their best controllers they've ever made. And I'm not kidding here. The 360 controller. This is an OG 360 controller. It used batteries because it was a wireless controller. When you turned it on, the lights would light up. I'm not going to do that because it's going to turn my 360 on. I don't really want to do that. But the D-pad, I think they kind of went backwards. I think this D-pad's a little better. This is like a disc. It's like a combination between the Duke and the S controller, and they kind of mashed it together, and they made the 360 D-pad. Not my favorite D-pad. ABXY buttons are exactly as they are. No white and black button. That got replaced with the bumpers. Great idea. Much easier to do muscle memory with these than it is to do with the 6-button layout that they've had. So after this, they moved on to the newer controller of this. I don't have one of those that actually has the transforming D-pad. That actually made it a better D-pad. But after this, they have the Xbox One. This is the S controller. I did have an original one. I gave it to my brother because the bumpers kind of sucked. They literally sucked. Where the bumpers, they wouldn't press if you pressed it at the top. And since I was playing a lot of racing games, my thumb would be right here, and my finger would be up here. you know? And I couldn't use that. I would have to do that. And that's pretty uncomfortable, if you ask me. So, other than that, there was not much change to this controller. They added a little bit of a grip to this, so it was less smooth. So that was good. And they made the jewel black and it had a white light behind it, which they are carrying over to the series controllers. I have 2 of them. I wanted the nice camo one. I think I didn't do a video on this one, but it's an unboxing, and I'm going to show you exactly what's in this box over here pretty soon. Okay, so the series controller is a major improvement. Okay, like a major improvement. They have grip down here, like they did on the S of the Xbox One S, except it's a little grippier, and the grip extends out to here, where it didn't on the S controller really that great. You can see it's a little worn down, but this was definitely more grippy. And you'll notice here, the bumpers aren't gripped on this one, but they are gripped on this one here. I don't know why they made a differentiation between the two, but there is that. So the layout's pretty much the same. You just have a share button really here, and the triggers are a little bit more defined, like this here. More defined there. So that was an improvement. So let's see what we got here from Microsoft. This is a custom Design Lab controller. This is the new Design Lab controller here. I do need to cut here. Let me do that real quick. Shoot. Cut layer, yep. So now, let me open it up. And here is my custom Design Lab controller. Yeah, so I decided to go with this color scheme because it reminds me of this controller, as you can see. I tried to go with gray to match this. And the buttons here, I kind of wish they had color on color, but that is what it is. And I chose white for this. So that's this controller. I decided to do gray up here because I felt white was a little boring. But this is my Design Lab controller. It's custom. It's not you can design just about anything on this, and I decided to go with this because I felt like it was the most interesting, really, to be honest with you. It feels nice. I think the triggers are actually stiffer on this than it is on this. This is actually a looser trigger. Same with both sides. All right, so that's my video there on the evolution of all these controllers. I will put them all in order here, and I'll put all the relevant ones together. All the way from the Duke on up. So it was definitely a refinement all the way through. In exception of the Duke, all of these controllers are very comfortable. So that's the video, guys. I hope you have a great weekend here, and I'll see you on my next video.